My name's Tom Schaller. I'm Associate Professor of Political Science here at UMBC, starting my 11th year, and I'll be spending a lot of time in 2008, as I have already, covering the presidential race and heading to Denver on Saturday for the Democratic National Convention. The 2008 election, I think, is going to be a very close election, as the last two were. Probably not as close as the last two. Only 3 states changed between 2000 and 2004. I think the map will loosen up some, but I don't think that the sort of inherent red South and parts of the Mountain West and then the blue East Coast and Pacific Coast states will change that much. And so we'll see an election, much like the last two elections, decided in 2 parts of the country, the Midwest and the Southwest. Most of the swing states were there. In fact, 8 of the 12 states decided by 5 points or fewer in 2004 were in those 2 regions alone: New Mexico, Nevada, and Colorado in the Southwest, and then Iowa, Minnesota, Michigan, Ohio, and Wisconsin in the Midwest. And you can see once again that those will be key states, and I think the candidate that gets the lion's share of the electoral votes from those 2 regions of the country, the Midwest and the Southwest, will be the 44th president. And when you look at the 2004 map, you see all that red there. Of course, a lot of the red states are very small states, and again, this area in the Southwest and the Midwest where the fight will be. And so, just as a signal for messaging purposes, symbolic purposes, the selection of Denver as the host site will be interesting. Other things to keep an eye on, I think, as usual, the debates will be very important. I think overall, in terms of what Obama is trying to accomplish as we move into the post-Labor Day fall final stretch, a lot of what he has to do is to assure people and in some cases introduce himself to Americans who are either unfamiliar with him or what they know of him makes them a little bit uncertain. Part of that, frankly, has to do with race. He's the first major party non-white nominee in American history. He's got that, Hussein middle name. People are just unfamiliar. They might find him a little bit different, and so he's going to have to, show that he is a, traditional American in terms of his personal narrative and his story and how he got to where he got in a very short time, which I think is also part of it. I think there are some people in America who are concerned that he's black, and other people who are in America who are merely concerned that he's maybe green, that he's perhaps not ready, and I think you hear John McCain making that point. I think for McCain, on the other hand, a little bit of the opposite. He's old. He has to sort of undermine this curmudgeon-y old, Republican, out-of-step candidate of the past problem. So McCain's task in the convention in St. Paul, Minnesota next week, and in the debates and in the selection of his vice presidential candidate, is to show in what ways he'll be different from the last 4 years or the last 8. It's going to be a close race. I don't, as I said, in terms of the Electoral College, I think it'll get over 330, and I think the winner will probably win with 52 or 53% of the most. So prepare yourself for the possibility of maybe not quite a 2,000 barn burner 36-day electoral recount election, but maybe something close to what we had last time, where on election night it's not quite sure until the late hours, until we get all the state returns, particularly those western state returns, who's actually won this thing. And I don't foresee a blowout for either candidate. And that's my preliminary preview of the 2008 presidential election. Thanks.